Hi friends, welcome to CSC Tech. Here we discussing about concepts of OOPS. We already discussed classes and objects. So remaining concepts here we discussing. First one is polymorphism. Polymorphism allows the same function to act in a different way in different classes. In polymorphism, we write one function in one class. That function we used in number of classes but using in different way. Second point, polymorphism makes it possible for the same function to act differently on different classes. It holds an ability to take more than one form. Here polymorphism, poly means more than one form, so polymorphism means it holds an ability to take more than one form. Here we take one example. Here display is one function. This function, this is one class, this is dotted class, this is single class, this is dash class. This one function we used in dotted, single, dash. This one function we used in many forms. So this is polymorphism. Next, second topic is encapsulation. The packing of variable data and functions into a single component. The packing of variables data and function. Here encapsulation, capsule. The tablet is capsule, so variables data and functions combining both. This is encapsulation. Second point is the data is not reachable by the outside the function. On a class we write the functions, so about that function the data used in that function only, that is not applicable to outside the function. Only those functions that are able to access the data are defined within the class only. These functions prepare the interface between objects data and the program. Here interface means bridge. The encapsulation makes the bridge between objects data and the program. Here next, third point is inheritance. Inheritance is defined as deriving a new class from existing class, such as a superclass or base class. Here inheritance means we take properties from the already existing class. In object oriented programming language, inheritance provides the thought of reusability. In inheritance we have a ability to reuse the already used functions. Next, the programmer can add new properties to the existing class without changing it. We write one class. Next, on that class we can derive another class and add some more data to subclass. For example, here we take one example. Class A. In this we take two variables B comma C. Next we take class B extends A. Here extends means we take properties from the class A. So void add int B comma C. Here B plus C operation will perform in this. So we add the data to this class. This process is called a inheritance. Here we take one more example. Class is vehicle. So vehicle property is fuel amount, capacity, apply brakes. These all are functions is applicable to class bus, class car, class truck. Next means data abstraction. Abstraction refers to the procedure of representing essential features without including the background details. Data abstraction means representing of essential features only without including the background details. For example, we go to car shop and we want to see one car. What part we see? We only see physical part, not logical part. Here physical part is a essential part and logical part is a background details. So the data abstraction also show the essential features, not background details. That is called data abstraction. Next, data binding. Binding means connecting one program to another program that is to be executed in reply to call. Here we take one example. This is first function and this is second function. These two functions write in one place and we write void function statement here and void function 2 statement here. This is without parameter, this is with parameter. So this is also without parameter, with parameter. By executing the object called function 1, this part will be executed, and the object will call with parameter function, this part will be executed. So binding means connecting one program to another program that is to be executed in a reply to call. When execution time, this function call, this is executed. With parameter functions call, this part will be executed. Next, message passing. The objects communicate with one another, which means the objects share the data, is called a message passing. Message passing should be followed given steps. Declaring classes that defines object and their actions. Whenever we creating the class, the message passing defines the object and object action. Second point, declaring object from class. So next, implementing relation between objects. A message for an object is the demand for implementation of the process. A message for an object is the demand for implementation of the process. A message passing demand with the implementation of the process for an object. Message passing demand with implementation of the process for an object. Next, message passing indicating the name of the object, function and the required data elements. And final thing, here reusability. These both are also key concepts of the OOPS. Reusability, this concept we used in using inheritance. Next, delegation. Basically, in object-oriented programming language, the class is joined in two types. One is inheritance and second one is delegation. We know about inheritance. Second point, delegation, which means on a single class, we can create one object. On that object will act as data member of the another class, is called a delegation, right? Delegation means object of the one class act as data member of the another class. So this is the concepts of object oriented programming language. I think you all are understand this. Thank you.